it's Zena, your best friend who loves horror, back in the horror library, moving my hands around, talking with my hands because that's what I do, and it's spooky season so I can do whatever I want. Period. With Halloween Kills coming out next Friday, I thought it would be really cool if we talk about horror movies that are set on Halloween. Because when I was thinking about it, we really don't have a lot. And I'm not saying we don't have any, so relax. I'm just saying we don't have a lot. And with this list, I'm not going to include any of the Halloween movies, which include Halloween Part 3, which includes Rob Zombie's Halloween. I'm not going to include any of those. First movie I want to talk about, Lucky McKees, May from 2002. A socially awkward veterinary assistant with a lazy eye and obsession with perfection descends into depravity after developing a crush on a man with perfect hands. So this one, along with The Woods, is one of my favorite Lucky McKee movies. I absolutely love this movie. I just think that it's just perfection, and it just showcases isolation with a young woman who she doesn't know how to connect with people. But I remember when I first watched this movie as a teenager, I used to think it was funny, like at certain parts. And don't get me wrong, again, there is dark humor. But then I remember watching it like as an adult, like a couple of years ago, even recently. And you know, it's kind of sad. It's a really emotional movie, and you just kind of feel like bad for the character May. And the actress Angela Bettis, I'm sorry, I always just get confused.
What is you doing? What is you doing, baby?
But I love her. I feel like she was made for this role. But anyway, the reason why this one is on this list is because Halloween plays a major part in this movie, and it's just very fitting. May just has trouble connecting with people, and yeah, it was horrible that, you know, she goes on a killing spree and she's killing people and stealing their body parts to make a perfect friend. But honestly, she just needed a friend. That's all it was. I would have been her friend. I mean, just don't take any of my body parts. Like, girl, stop. We can be friends, just relax. Moving on to the second movie, Haunt, 2019. On Halloween, a group of friends encounter an extreme haunted house that promises to feed on their darkest fears. The night turns deadly as they come to the horrifying realization that some nightmares are real. I feel like people slept on this movie as well as Hellfest, which came out the year before, which is so surprising because it was released around like Halloween. So this movie has a familiar setup. You have the haunted house, you have the costumes, you have these college students who are ready to party.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
And then you have the horrific bloody gore that comes into it all. And I feel like when it comes to Haunt, this movie really understood the assignment, because again, this was set to be a Halloween themed movie and it's released on Halloween. And sometimes, you know, we all had those Halloweens where, you know, we didn't really have plans, but together with your friends, you just kind of figure out what you want to do. And again, I just love that this movie, it's engaging, it's entertaining, it's a fun movie, and sometimes we just need that. I just need that. And I feel like what makes this movie stand out for me is, even though it is a very much a modern movie, it has like an 80s feel to it. As a viewer, you can definitely see that the writers and the directors, like their angle, like they were probably inspired by the Funhouse or even Saw. Like you can see it in there. So, but yeah, if you're looking for something fun to watch that's very Halloween-y, this is the movie for you. And the final movie I like to talk about is the made-for-TV horror Dark Night of the Scarecrow from 1981. In a small southern town, 4 vigilantes wrongfully execute a mentally challenged man, but after the court sets them free, mysterious accidents begin to kill them off one by one. I shared this with you guys previously, but I really love made-for-TV horror movies. So with that being said, this movie, it is tame because it is a made-for-TV horror movie, but do not let that steer you away from checking out this awesome movie. When it comes to the acting, it's very much impressive still to this day. So again, do not be fooled just because it was made in the 80s, just because it's a made-for-TV movie. The acting's on point, the cinematography is creepy, and the score is pretty awesome too. Also, the director Frank Folita, I'm sorry if I'm butchering his last name, he actually wrote Audrey Rose as well as The Entity. So Audrey Rose has a movie, I believe, and I think The Entity does as well, but Audrey Rose, if you love reincarnation and occult type of stuff, you may want to check this book out. There's also a movie, just in case you're like, I don't want to read. Okay, then you can watch the movie. Duh. Alright guys, so that's my list of top 3 horror movies set on Halloween. Hope that you enjoyed it, and as always, I'm interested in knowing what are some of your favorite horror movies that are set on Halloween that is not Halloween. Let me know. And thank you all so much for watching again, and I will see you next time. And the actress Angela Bettis, I'm sorry, I always just get confused.
What is you doing? What is you doing, baby?
Like and subscribe!